Today, we'll explore the importance of cyber safety, discuss potential risks, and provide practical tips with us. We have our esteemed guest, Ms. Sushmita Singh, Cybercrime Intervention Officer and Director of DigiSafe India from Deccan University, Burwood, Melbourne, and Ms. Harshini, Master Trainer for Entrepreneurship. We welcome you both. Please join me in extending a warm welcome to our guests. As a token of appreciation, we would like to present a memento. Now I request our Vice Principal, Kalvi International Public School, Ms. Abhrami Kannan, and our Principal, Ms. Diana, Kalvi Intercontinental School, to felicitate our guests.
Good afternoon, everyone. How are you all today? Today is going to be a very interactive and a very important session on cyber safety. We all use mobile phones, don't we? How many of you here use mobile phones? Can we have you raised? Wonderful. Almost everybody, right? So today's session is going to be on internet safety, as well as we'll be introducing you to new technology, which is virtual reality and metaverse. Starting off with internet safety, I'm Sushmita. I'm a cybercrime intervention officer. Harshini, who's also a cybercrime intervention officer. Can anyone tell me what symbol this is? Yin and yang. Very good. You would have seen this in Kung Fu Panda movies, right? The black represents evil, bad. The white represents good, right? The same way, internet also has bad and good. But for young people like us, bad and good is not so clear, very confusing. That's why we need advice from and help from elder people like our teachers, parents, elder siblings, and cyber angels, right? Can anyone identify this gentleman? Barack Obama it is, that's correct. What is he holding in his hand? A regular phone? Like a BlackBerry phone. Who is this gentleman, please? I heard someone say the right answer. Warren Buffett it is. Perfect. It's also one of the most richest and the most influential people in the world. It's Warren Buffett, and what is he holding? A simple Nokia phone. Can any one of you raise up and tell me, why do you think the most powerful, influential people prefer very simple phones like this? Spam calls, there's not a lot of games to play, no social media, so no distraction. And this phone cannot be hacked, right? Our normal smartphones are connected to the internet, so they can be hacked very easily. But normal Nokia phones like this is very difficult to hack. How many of you have played this game? Raise your hands. Okay. This game, how many of you? Quite a few people there. Anyone has played this game? A few people? Very good. Okay. How many? I can see a lot of boys playing so many games. The girls are very good. We also have some at the back. How many people play this? Among us? Very popular. Okay. This one. Quite a lot. Okay. Next one. That is so popular. I think a lot of us play this game, despite it being very, very bad. What about this game? You all still play PUBG? You know, PUBG was banned for a while. How do you play the game? A new game came in, right? Yes, the Indian PUBG. All right. A little joke about the PUBG players. They can go without oxygen for 2 days, but they can't even go without chicken dinner even for 1 day, right? All of this is fun until your eyes start looking like this, and your room starts looking like this, and your grades start looking like this, fail, right? These three are the main symptoms of game addiction. If you know any of your friends nearby who has a lot of dark circles, or who doesn't shower properly and has very dirty room, or if you see your friends' grades falling lower and lower and lower, that means there might be a problem. They may be addicted to games or something else, right? Keep an eye out for these symptoms. How many of you played this game? Candy Crush. Very popular, and it's a free game. More than us, our mother, father, auntie, uncle will play this more, right? Now, this is a very popular free game, but last year they made a bit of money. How much money do you think they might have made? This game made some revenue last year. Any guesses? 10 million? Okay, that's a lot. 1 crore? Okay. 10 crores? 1 lakh? Okay, let's find out. They made 10,000 crores last year. Now, I have a question for you. Why do you think, or how do you think, a free game has made 10,000 crores? How? In-app purchases. When you're playing the game, if you lose your lives, you have to pay money to get more lives, more gems, right? That's how they earn some money. There's one more revenue source for them. When you're playing free games, you see a lot of advertisements when you're playing it, right? And that is also one way they earn money. Now, what can we learn from this? One thing is, nothing is free on the internet. When you download a free game or a free movie, it's not really free because they take your data. That is what you're paying them with, right? They also sometimes take your time, effort through showing ads. When you download movies, especially the higher standard students, when you download it from pirated websites, like many websites are there, do you think just the movie is getting downloaded? That's what we think, but actually there are many other files that get downloaded along with it. That slows down your laptop. Sometimes it can have viruses, right? That's why it's dangerous to download movies or games from unknown websites and unknown apps. Do you have a question? Very good question. Antivirus is a very good way to stop viruses. It will tell us, okay, whatever you're downloading has virus, stop downloading. But sometimes the virus can be so new that it gets downloaded without our antivirus getting updated. So if you have antivirus, make sure to update it very often. Otherwise, it can just not know new viruses that's coming in. Very good question. So normally, games go like this. They start with a very fun trial period. Everything is free in the game. But as you play the game, it gets very hard and hard. You can't win anymore, right? Your friends will be winning, but you'll be losing every time. That's when the game will start to sell you powerful skins. It'll start selling you extra gems and extra lives, right? A lot of students just ask, they say, I'm only going to be paying 10 rupees. That's how PUBG starts off with taking your money. Starts with 10 rupees. But that grows and grows, and that ends up in an addiction where you might be spending lakhs and lakhs in that one game. There are many news articles that shows how kids have been spending a lot of money in games. But just remember that games are designed for this. They're designed to either take in your data, personal information, or your money. I know that all of you, I'll definitely take questions at the last. Is that okay? Perfect. Okay. So when they introduce elements that are paid, and then the cycle continues on and on and on until you don't have any more money to pay. Okay. What is this game, guys? Wonderful. Very popular. Imagine you've played this game and you've finished playing the game, you want to exit the game. Do you see any exit option anywhere? There's no exit option, right? There's only a big retry button. What does that mean? Yes, the game companies want you to play the game again and again and again until you get sucked into the game, right? So today's class was about understanding that the game companies want us to continue playing the game again and again until you get sucked. So do we really give in to that, or should we stay in control? Very good. Yes, next one, please.
Vea. Daniel, ey, viejo. Ey. Viejo. Ya, lo mandó, ya. Ya. Viejo, ey.
Mi vida,
Ey, Daniel.
que juega tanto eso, ¿ah?
Daniel, ey.
Mi amor, no juegues eso.
Ey,
papi.
Daniel.
Eso es malo, mi amor.
That kid is addicted. How do we know that? Was he holding a phone in his hand? No. He was playing the game without any phones in his hand. That's how deep his addiction has gotten. The second video shows a boy who was addicted and admitted in the hospital, and he still is shooting. He probably was playing Free Fire or something, right? These are true, real videos, and when I was working in Bangalore, there is a clinic called the Shut Clinic. It's a technology clinic. It's only for young students to get admitted in that hospital for being addicted to gaming. That hospital is running full capacity and they want to open new branches. So game addiction is real, and what we might be thinking, I'm not playing so much, I'm just playing for a few hours. But if you are not in control, and if you're playing very violent games, it could lead to this. And I'm sure everyone knows that. So you saw the news article that says 16-year-old boy collapsed, right? He collapsed while playing game, and it was found that he had a brain hemorrhage. Brain hemorrhage means it's a blood clot in brain. Blood clot usually happens when you're in a high-speeding car and you crash the car. And when you get into a physical accident is when the blood clot happens. But this little boy who was playing the game got the blood clot. That means the game is producing so much stress, and it's putting you in so much stress that it even causes physical damage to our brain, right? So those of you who raised your hands when I showed you PUBG, Free Fire, you cannot play that game for more than 30 minutes. Because more than 30 minutes playing such a violent game can really cause permanent damage to your brain. All right? You can play other games after 30 minutes. Play educational games. I'm not asking you to stop. You can play so many other creative games. Look at this body. This is how gamers over here, when you raise your hands, that's how your body will look like in 10 years if you continue gaming for every day. What is that little dent on his head? Anyone? Headphones. How many of you here wear headphones when playing games? So this is just to show us that gaming produces physical effects as well, apart from mental effects. This is a little boy, very similar to your age, and he used the internet for the good. So this is a perfect example how an 11-year-old can use the internet for good, apart from gaming and apart from watching reels and everything. During COVID, he created 13 mobile apps for his school. He completed 100+ online certifications and also launched his own YouTube channel. If an 11-year-old boy, who is very similar to your age, can use the internet in such a good way, why can't we? So can we all take a little homework for today when we go home? Explore online certifications. If you're interested in coding, Google and Microsoft runs many free, fun coding programs. You can get certified in coding. If you're interested in arts and crafts, you can launch a YouTube channel and make arts and crafts. And there's so much to learn from the internet, right? So try and use the internet for expanding your extracurricular activities. I know the school already gives you so many extracurricular activities. But when you touch the phone, don't just think of games or reels or entertainment. Think of education as well. Just watch this little
हेलो,
video.
क्या हुआ रे? फोन क्यों किया?
अरे मैं कॉलेज में हूँ, अपना रिजल्ट डिक्लेयर हुआ।
क्या बात कर रहा है? तूने देखा रिजल्ट? तू कॉलेज में है? मैं भी आ रहा हूँ।
हाँ, मैंने अभी देखा।
तो क्या हुआ?
अरे मैं पास हो गया।
कांग्रेट्स।
थैंक्स।
अरे मेरा रिजल्ट नहीं देखा?
अरे पप्पू तू।
हेलो हेलो। हेलो।
फोन क्यों कट हुआ?
बैटरी लो हो गई इसलिए फोन कट हुआ। बाय द वे, रिजल्ट का क्या हुआ?
अरे तूने कॉलेज में टॉप
People. How many of you here play games when the charge is on in the phone? Does anyone use the phone while it's on charge? Quite a few hands going up. Yes, it's very dangerous. It causes overheating, and many children have lost their fingers just because they used and they gamed while it was on charge. This is one thing that we've got to tell not just us, but you please inform your parents and all of your relatives not to use the phone while it's on charge. And how many of your parents put the phone on charge and leave it overnight to charge? A lot of them, right? Phones do not have to charge the whole night. It also causes overheating. And it can cause the battery to bulge and just explode as well. So today you've learned not to put the phone on charge overnight and not to leave the phone on charge while you're using it. Leave it alone when you're using it. Once it's charged, you can take and use it. Clear, everyone? Perfect. Now we're going to do a little activity with our friends. Here we've got Tarun. He's going to be answering a few questions on the internet. Let's test his knowledge. Audience, stay quiet. Tarun is going to get help from his friends to answer this question. First question, you have a picture of your friends with you. Will you post that on the internet or not? Look at the picture carefully and get your friends' advice and let me know. Will you post this picture on Instagram or not? Come on, quick. Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Okay. Next question, please. Tarun is in airport and there his phone is out of charge. It's almost going to die. Tarun, will you charge the phone in the airport or not? Yes or no? You can discuss and tell.
No, ma'am.
No, was it? Good. Okay. Okay, Tarun, you're getting an email. Read the email carefully, everyone. Will you click on that confirm or cancel link or not? You can discuss and say.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. He's going to click on that link. Next one, please. You are downloading a game, and every time you download a game, it'll ask for allow or deny. Do you want to click on allow or deny? Look at this carefully.
Allow.
Okay. He's going to click on allow. Next, please. Okay, last question. Your best friend sent you this link. Is this you in the photo? Will you click on this link or not? Tarun.
Yes, ma'am.
You'll click on the link? Okay, all good. Next one, sir. Okay, thank you so much, Tarun. Thank you, the friends as well. What's your name? Hemachandran and T. Nandayalan. Nandayalan. Thank you so much. And give a big round of applause, guys. They answered very well. Please have a seat. Let's discuss what it is. Okay. Do you think their answers were correct? No? Okay. You know why? Because Tarun was actually pressurized by his friends to say yes for every question. We were trying to test him whether he will get peer pressured or not. So, you see, Tarun actually knew the answers, but then his friends were forcing him to say yes, because we asked him to say yes, because we wanted to teach you what was the power of peer pressure. Let's go back to the questions to see what are the right answers, really quick. First question, this one. Will you post this picture or not? Why? Very good. The faces and the names are tagged. There's also location right on top, yeah? And the girls are wearing school uniform. Never post pictures in your school uniform. The stalkers will know which school you are studying in, and sometimes with the uniform they can figure out which grade you're studying in as well. It's going to be very easy for them to track you down. And never post any picture with the location on as well. So they'll know exactly where you are, right? Thank you so much. That was the right answer. Perfect. Yes. Wonderful. So what we learned, never post a picture with school uniform on, or never post pictures of others and your friends without their permission. Are you allowed to charge your phone at public places like airport or bus station or train station? Why? Okay. If it's necessary, we can use. But what is the problem if we use it's not just a rumor, but it's a fact that certain public sockets have viruses installed in them. There's a little USB stick at the back which has viruses. So when you pop in your USB into it, through the USB, the virus gets installed into your phone. Sometimes there's just a USB port instead of a socket. If you put in your USB, viruses can get installed in your phone. Now, emergency, you can always carry your power bank with you, right? You don't have to always use the public sockets. But this is a very new type of fraud that's happening where sockets in public places like airport, bus stations are getting installed with viruses. Can we click on this link? Is this a genuine email? Why? What about the from address? Is it Facebook? Where is it coming from? Face mail. Everyone have to know how to identify phishing emails. Phishing emails are fake emails that looks like it's coming from genuine companies. Facebook should be at facebook.com, not facemail.com, right? Sometimes you get emails coming from Amazon. What is the spelling of Amazon? But the phishing email will have AMA is at OON. Is that the right email? No. Pay attention to the spelling of every from address. That's how you can find out if it's a phishing email or not. So no, you can't click on this. Can you click on allow or deny? You usually click on allow, right? Because if you click on deny, the game won't open. Now look at this carefully. It says access to photos, medias, and files. If you download a game and the game is asking for access to photos, medias, and files, for sure it's a deny. Why does the game need pictures and photos and medias to be accessed? Think about what they're asking access permission for. If it's asking for access for general things like even location is very sensitive. Normally games won't ask you access for these things. So if you download a game and that's asking for very sensitive permissions, read the permission carefully before clicking on allow or deny, right? Sometimes if this is the case, click on deny, uninstall the app and install another app which is from Google Store and that does not ask you for sensitive permissions. All right, everyone? Okay, next one, please. Lastly, can you click on this link? Why? Now, when your friend is sending you, oh my God, is this you in the photo? She could have sent the photo, right? Instead of the link. So anytime a link is making you very curious, the link may say, your phone is going to explode, click on the link. Will you click on the link? They will say, your phone got a virus, click on this link. Will you click on the link? Links are the best way to install viruses and to hack your phone. If I had time, I would have shown you how to hack the phone very easily just now. But maybe I'll do it for the next time. But links that have a combination of alphabets, random alphabets, never click on them. These are links that can hack your phone and the camera of your phone as well. All right. So what we were trying to understand was the three boys who came here, one boy, Tarun, was supposed to answer. But the other two boys were forcing him to answer only yes, yes, yes. Did he listen to his friends or did he listen to himself? There was one question he listened to himself. He said no. The other questions he said yes, right? So all of us are using the internet. We're all using social media. Sometimes we share information only with our friends and we get advice from our friends. Sometimes even our friends don't know what is right and wrong, right? We need to understand what peer pressure is. Our friends might force us to do something which is wrong. Our friends might say, this is the latest trend, let's do it. You should think for yourself first. Is it safe? Is it necessary? Before you listen to them. All right? So peer pressure is when our friends pressurize us to do something wrong, and we should first think for ourselves, listen to our conscience. We know what is right and wrong before we can listen to others, right? You can get advice from elders. They'll be able to think clearly, more than friends of our same age. Okay, next one. So thank you so much. I will be passing on the stage to Harshini, my colleague, and she'll be introducing you to virtual reality. It's going to be very fun.
The first question to you, did you guys understand everything she said? Perfect. You're going to be listening to it? Okay. Now, how many of you here has mobile phones at home? It's not your mom's, it's yours. You guys have personal mobile phones? Wow. How many of you here have iPhones? Okay, fair enough. All right. Now, have you guys heard something called VR? Okay, can one of you get up and answer what is VR? You both? One of you. Playing 3D? Okay. All right. Thanks, sir. Anyone else? What is VR? From someone from the back. Guys, are you guys here? Girls. Usually girls are the smart people in the room. Sorry, boys, but yes. Who's going to answer? What is a VR? Okay. Just like how you have mobile phones at home right now, right? Will you believe that in 10 years' time, you guys will all have this device at home? Does anyone have this at home right now? Can you raise hands? Wow. And who bought it for you? Your mother? And what do you do with the VR? You'll play games? Okay. And someone else raised from there. Yes. What do you do in the VR? Just tell me, what do you do? Games? Okay. Do you guys ever use it for studying? No? You don't use anything for studying. How will you use VR for studying? Only books for studying. Okay, your mom was actually talking about using mobile phones for studying earlier. Okay, guys, now VR is a very new technology. And it's one of the best technologies that's going to come ahead. And it's called metaverse as well. You know what you can do in there? Do you guys know what you can do? You can get inside VR and see, feel, and sometimes you can also smell what is happening. Don't you think it is the best technology? Next slide, sir. All right. Now, tell me, what do you guys use VR for? One said it's games, right? What kind of games do you play in VR? 3D games. Okay. All right. But did you know that when you're playing games, right, do you usually stand in one place and just play like that? Or do you run? Do you dance? You look down, up, side, and left, everything, right? Why do you do that? Because when you are inside VR, it feels like you are inside the game. You're one person in the game, right? Very nice. But don't you think it is dangerous? Let's say you're playing PUBG in VR. What if your mom is in the kitchen and you're just trying to shoot and, you know, you're shooting at your mom and your mom is looking from the kitchen and like, who's this crazy girl? What did she learn? Right? And if there are some guests at home and you're trying to eat with your friends in VR and they're just looking at you, where is he eating? He does not have anything in his plate. But guys, remember that you can use VR for so many different things and not just games. First thing that you can use a VR is you can go to different locations. Right now, where are we? Which country are we in? India, right? Have you guys ever wanted to go to Dubai, Australia, England, places like that ever? You want to, right? But maybe we don't have the money, we don't have plans, we can't do it. But did you know that you can use VR to go inside the place? Not just different countries. I have the VR set for you. You guys are going to try it now, right? I'll take you to China. Have you ever been to China? Right? Now remember, you can use VR to learn about different countries. You can be there with people. Eat with chopsticks. You can learn how to use chopsticks, right? And sometimes, let's say you are afraid of animals and you want to overcome some kind of phobia. Guys, listening? I should be the only one talking in this room, nobody else. Okay. Now, do you know what does a phobia mean? Phobia. What is a phobia? Very good. Everyone has fears, right? What kind of fears do you have? Fear of water, fear of height, fear of close place. I have a fear of close place, you know. If I'm inside 4 walls, I'll start sweating, right? But did you know that this VR can be used in healthcare and by psychologists to get out of the phobias? You will be inside water to overcome the feeling of fear of water. Don't you think that's really good? And it's safe, right? You can just remove it, right? Next slide. Okay, next slide. Let's learn how people are using VR in real life.
All right, well, I guess this is my life now. I'm a professional surgeon that's been called in to save...
Someone answer what is happening in this room? What is this? Reception of a hospital, very good. And there is a hand, of course, there's a virtual hand which you are having. Can you play it a little faster, sir? And do you know what is happening here with him? Ah, yeah. Do you see what's happening? He's performing a surgery, guys. Did you know? How many of you here in the room want to be a doctor? I wanted to be a doctor when I was your age. A lot? Very nice. Did you guys know that in the next 10 years, you don't have to be in the surgery room to practice surgeries. You can practice it using the VR so that you don't kill anyone, you know? And how many of you want to be a pilot? Astronaut. Very nice. I'm going to take you guys into space now. You guys will be getting into space and exploring what is happening in the spacecraft, right? And seeing how astronauts there are surviving, right? Now remember, the reasons why I'm telling you all of this is because you can learn about any professions in VR. And those guys who have VR already are very lucky. Today when you go home, just turn it on, right? Look up the YouTube for some of the learnings that you can do in VR. Right? And you guys are 10 years ahead. I'm talking about 10 years. You are already having VR at house, which is really good. Don't you think? Next slide, sorry. Very nice. But now let's talk about the final slide where we're discussing about safety rules, and we'll start with this. Sounds good? Now, she said she's going to play video games, right? Don't you think she'll be running around, right? And when she's running around, what is going to happen? Let's just say I'm running fast here, like sprinting. What's going to happen? I'm going to hit that wall, right? And she's wearing the glasses, the goggles, which is 360 degree, right? She's going to break her head. She's going to break the VR, which is the most expensive, right? So the first safety rule, guys, listen to me. Nobody will teach you this, but you will just buy it. The first safety rule is be very careful that look around the space that you are in. Be physically aware of where you are present. You might be in China, but you are in your room. You are in your kitchen. Your mom is next to you. Your sibling is next to you, right? You can't just run and hit her and all of that. The second thing is be mindful of time. Once you go into VR, right? How do you feel? Do you feel like ever coming back to the real life? No? You want to, you know you can go to school in VR itself, right? She does not want to come back to real life, guys. Then friends of her will not meet her in school next day because she's going to be in VR all day, right? Now, one very bad and very careful thing that you have to keep in mind is be mindful of the time you're committing to the VR, okay? You will think it's just been 10 minutes, but it's actually been 3 hours since you the VR. Unless the battery dies, you won't take it off, right? Done. Yes. All right. Yes. And I was also talking about, you know how she was talking about, meeting new people and online and all of that. Do you guys have social media? Who has social media here? Instagram? It's okay. You can rise. Teachers are not noting it down. Okay. You guys have social media? Very nice. And let's not talk about posting in social media, but do you guys chat in social media? You guys chat, right? To friends or to strangers or to anyone like that. Now, just like that, again, I should be the only one speaking. Just like that, guys, when you get into that, you can meet new friends. But do you think you will share your personal data to them? Like, hi, my name is Harshini, my date of birth is this and this, I live in Madurai, and my family name is this. You think you'll say all of that to a person who's not real? Don't ever say that. That's just a virtual game. And they will not say that. They will use a pet name for themselves, right? So keep a pet name when you're trying to get into social media in VR, okay? All right. Now, standard-wise, I would need people to volunteer to try this in, right? I'm going to ask you a set of questions. You can't just enjoy by yourself. You need to say what you're seeing as well. Let's start from behind. Can one girl from behind come in? All right. Shashmita, tell us what you see for your friends.
It's an elephant which is walking near for me.
Don't move back. It's walking near you?
Yeah.
Okay. And does it look real?
Yes.
Okay. Are you hearing some sounds in VR?
Yes, the birds creeping sound.
Very nice. Good. And you said this is your first time trying VR. How's it?
It was very good. It's feel like I'm standing in the real
You can turn
place.
around. Look up, look down. What do you see? You're not seeing me, right? Because you're
Yeah.
looking at me. Have you ever visited a zoo or any safari place like this?
No,
No?
not that.
Okay, it's good. And guys, this one has less audio right now, but you will also have a headset along with the VR, right? And in that case, it's gone case. You won't listen to your parents, not to the noise around, not to vehicles around, nothing. Come in. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for the experience.
What do you see? Tell to your friends so they can also come to China.
I see so many animals around me. Hills,
Okay. Yeah, okay.
waterfall,
Waterfalls, okay.
a sea.
Give me my phone.
I'm traveling in a boat. Some peoples. Oh,
Okay. And I've taken it to a different location, guys. Of course, everyone is trying different locations. This time, he's in space. He's in spacecraft, looking at how things are inside. And he's also looking at the planets right now. Have you ever wanted to be in space? Do you want to ever see what is happening in space? Okay. All right, let's talk about what you see. Tell your friends what you see.
I was inside the satellite.
You're inside the satellite. Very nice.
One man is in the gym practicing.
Okay. Tell me something, Sarvin. Do you think you can learn about space in VR? Like how you're listening?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you want this in your classroom? You want to take this VR to your classroom.
Yes, ma'am. I want to take to my classroom.
You want to
Yeah.
take this to classroom. Guys, but don't you think, let's say we're learning about plants and you're in VR, standing next to a plant, planting the seed, and you're coming back every day and checking how it's growing. Don't you think your science teacher would be happy to teach you that? Or will you will be happy to come back to school and learn about that? Right? Very nice. Can we have one last girl? No? We're done? All right, guys, we'll come back next time. I'm going to be here, right? I'll come back next time and we'll try games, right? We can try a lot of games and you can do an interactive game. Did you guys have an idea of how the future is going to be? Yes? Imagine all of you walking in with the VR to the school. Guys, then I'll start playing the clapping game and everyone will start clapping for 3. Okay, guys. Now, did you have an idea of how the technology of future is going to be? Mobile phone is the least, you won't even start using mobile phone when in 10 years. You'll start using this. But as much as it is interesting, there is also some parts of danger in everything. When you do something too much, it's dangerous, right? When you use social media too much, it's dangerous. When you talk to a stranger too much, it's dangerous. Right? So have limit, have boundaries, but make the good use of everything. Right? Yes? We'll meet soon, guys. Thank you so much. Have a good day. Yeah?
இனி சர்வதேச கல்வி சாமானியர்களுக்கு Kalvi Group of Schools